Discuss the importance of political chronicles as historical accounts for medieval period.
Political chronicles hold significant importance as historical sources for understanding the medieval period. These chronicles, written by contemporary historians, courtiers, or scholars, offer a valuable insight into the political, social, and cultural life of their times. They serve as vital historical documents that reflect the views, ideologies, and events from the perspective of the rulers and the elite classes. These texts are important for several reasons, such as their role in providing a political narrative, their depiction of administrative systems, and their coverage of significant events that shaped medieval history. Firstly, political chronicles serve as the primary source of information on the major political events of the time. They record the rise and fall of dynasties, battles fought, territories conquered, and the policies implemented by various rulers. For example, the chronicles of the Delhi Sultanate, such as Minhaj-i-Siraj Tabaqat-i-Nasiri and Ziauddin Bahrani's Tariq-i-Firoz-Shahi, document the establishment and expansion of the Delhi Sultanate, its interactions with other regional powers, and the administrative strategies of its rulers. These works help historians trace the political trajectory of the time, giving insight into the complex dynamics of power, warfare, and diplomacy. Secondly, political chronicles often highlight the administrative systems and governance methods employed by medieval rulers. Chronicles like the Ain-i-Akbari and Akbarnama, written by Abul Fazl during the reign of Akbar, provide a detailed account of the Mughal administrative structure, including revenue systems, army organization, and judicial procedures. Such documents offer a clear picture of how states were managed, how the economy functioned, and how rulers interacted with their subjects. This detailed record of administration helps modern historians understand the functioning of large empires and the bureaucratic apparatus that supported them. Moreover, political chronicles shed light on the relationship between the rulers and the ruled, often reflecting the ideology and philosophy behind the governance. Chronicles from the Mughal period, for instance, emphasize the concept of divine kingship and the idea of the ruler as a just and benevolent figure responsible for the well-being of his subjects. This portrayal of rulers as almost divine beings helps historians understand how medieval kingship was legitimized and accepted by the masses. However, it is important to note that political chronicles are often written from the perspective of the ruling elite. As such, they may contain biases, exaggerations, or omissions. For example, chronicles that praise rulers such as Akbar may downplay their failures or controversies. Nonetheless, by carefully analyzing these sources, historians can extract valuable information about the political culture and historical context of the medieval period. In conclusion, political chronicles are indispensable for understanding the medieval period. They provide a detailed account of political events, administrative systems, and the worldview of the rulers. Despite their inherent biases, these chronicles remain key sources for reconstructing the political and social history of medieval India, offering insight into the nature of power, governance, and the complexities of ruling vast empires.
Mughal-Rajput relation in the time of Akbar.
The relationship between the Mughals and the Rajputs during the reign of Emperor Akbar is considered a hallmark of Mughal diplomacy and administration. Akbar's reign 1556 to 1605 witnessed a significant shift in the policy towards the Rajputs, the warrior class that ruled several independent kingdoms in northern and western India. Akbar's approach towards the Rajputs was marked by inclusivity, pragmatism, and diplomacy, which helped him consolidate his empire and integrate the Rajput principalities into the Mughal framework. One of the key features of Akbar's policy towards the Rajputs was his strategy of matrimonial alliances. Akbar realized that military conquest alone would not be sufficient to win the loyalty of the Rajput kings. To solidify his ties with the Rajputs, he married Rajput princesses, beginning with the marriage to Jodhabai, the daughter of Raja Barmal of Amber. This alliance with the Rajputs not only secured Akbar's hold over Rajasthan, but also fostered a sense of trust and cooperation between the Mughal throne and the Rajput rulers. Several Rajput princesses were married into the Mughal royal family, and in return Rajput kings were given high-ranking positions in Akbar's court. Moreover, Akbar's policy of religious tolerance was another factor that strengthened the Mughal-Rajput relations. Akbar's interest in promoting harmony among different religious communities led him to adopt a liberal and inclusive approach towards his subjects. He abolished the jizya, a tax imposed on non-Muslims, and allowed the Rajputs to practice their Hindu customs and traditions without interference. Rajput leaders were granted autonomy in their internal affairs, as long as they accepted Mughal suzerainty and provided military support when required. This respect for their culture and religion won Akbar the loyalty of many Rajput rulers. Many prominent Rajput leaders, such as Raja Man Singh of Amber and Raja Bhagwant Das, became trusted generals in Akbar's army. They were appointed to high-ranking administrative positions and were part of Akbar's inner circle of advisors. This inclusion of Rajput nobles into the Mughal administration not only bolstered Akbar's military strength, but also promoted a sense of unity within the empire. Rajput chieftains, once adversaries, became important allies in the Mughal expansionist campaigns, such as in Gujarat, Bengal, and the Deccan. However, not all Rajput rulers accepted Mughal supremacy. Rana Pratap of Mewar, the ruler of the Sisodia clan, refused to submit to Akbar's authority. His kingdom of Mewar became a symbol of Rajput resistance to Mughal rule. The famous Battle of Haldigati in 1576, where Akbar's forces, led by Man Singh, defeated Rana Pratap, is a testament to this resistance. Despite his military defeat, Rana Pratap continued his guerrilla warfare against the Mughal forces and became a legendary figure in Rajput history. In conclusion, the Mughal-Rajput relations during Akbar's reign were a mix of diplomacy, military alliances, and occasional conflict. Akbar's policies of religious tolerance, matrimonial alliances, and granting administrative autonomy to the Rajputs helped him forge strong alliances with most Rajput kingdoms. This strategy not only contributed to the stability and expansion of the Mughal Empire, but also left a lasting legacy of Mughal-Rajput cooperation in Indian history. The occasional resistance from figures like Rana Pratap did not diminish the overall success of Akbar's diplomatic approach towards the Rajputs.
Evaluate the land revenue system under Akbar.
Akbar's land revenue system, often called the ZAP system, was one of the key administrative reforms during his reign. This system aimed at ensuring a stable and regular source of revenue for the empire while reducing exploitation of peasants. The system was devised with the help of his finance minister, Raja Todar Mal, and was based on the earlier Sher Shah Suri model. The land was measured and categorized based on its fertility, and an average of the produce over the last 10 years was calculated. The state's share of the produce was fixed at 1/3, and peasants could pay either in cash or kind. The revenue officials, known as Amin, Kanungo, and Patwari, played key roles in this process, ensuring transparency and fairness. One of the unique features of Akbar's system was the introduction of Dasala, a 10-year average of crop production, which determined the tax amount. This system provided predictability for both the peasants and the state. The peasants were given receipts for the taxes they paid, ensuring transparency. Akbar's revenue reforms helped consolidate Mughal authority over vast rural areas and increased agricultural productivity by providing farmers with incentives to cultivate land. However, in areas where ZAP was hard to implement, alternative systems like the Batai or Galabakshi were used, where the crops were divided between the state and the farmer. In conclusion, Akbar's land revenue system played a crucial role in stabilizing the Mughal economy, expanding agricultural output, and improving state-peasant relations.
Write a note on the rise of Ahom state in Assam.
The Ahom state in Assam was established in 1228 CE by Sukafa, a Thai prince from present-day Myanmar, Burma. The Ahoms gradually expanded their territory through military conquests and alliances, displacing the local tribal powers, such as the Chutias and Kacheris. The rise of the Ahom state marked a significant phase in the political history of northeastern India, as it became one of the most prominent regional kingdoms. One of the key features of the Ahom state was its ability to integrate the indigenous people of Assam into its administrative and social structures. The Ahom rulers adopted the Assamese language and culture, while preserving their Thai traditions, which helped maintain internal stability. They introduced an efficient administrative system known as the BHIC system, where adult males were categorized into different groups for military and civic duties. The Ahoms are particularly known for their military prowess, successfully resisting several attempts by the Mughal Empire to conquer Assam. The Battle of Saragat, 1671, under the leadership of Lakhit Borphukan, is a prominent example of the Ahom's resistance against the Mughals. Their expertise in guerrilla warfare and the use of the Brahmaputra River for defense played a key role in these victories. The Ahom dynasty ruled Assam for almost 6 centuries until the early 19th century, when internal strife and the Burmese invasions weakened the kingdom, eventually leading to British annexation. In conclusion, the rise of the Ahom state was marked by its military strength, administrative efficiency, and cultural integration, which made it one of the most enduring powers in the history of Assam.
What is hundi? How did it become an important form of monetary transaction in Mughal period?
Hundi was a traditional financial instrument used in India, functioning as a form of bill of exchange or promissory note. It was used for transferring money, trade transactions, and even for remitting funds over long distances. Hundis could be payable to the bearer or endorsed to someone else, making it a flexible and convenient tool for merchants, traders, and bankers. During the Mughal period, hundis gained significant importance in facilitating trade, both within the empire and with foreign traders. India had a vast network of inland and overseas trade routes, and hundis became essential for conducting these commercial activities without the need to carry large amounts of cash, which reduced the risk of theft or loss. Several types of hundis existed, such as darshani hundis, which were payable on site, and madadi hundis, which were payable after a certain period. Merchants, traders, and financiers used hundis to settle debts, finance large-scale trade, and transfer money across regions like Gujarat, Bengal, and Rajasthan, which were major trading hubs during the Mughal period. The hundi system was backed by trusts between merchants and financiers, and it functioned as a reliable and secure financial mechanism. This system helped in the smooth flow of money and goods, contributing to the prosperity of the Mughal economy. In conclusion, hundis played a crucial role in the Mughal economy by enabling efficient monetary transactions, supporting trade, and contributing to the overall financial stability of the empire.
Economic role of temples in Vijayanagar.
In the Vijayanagar Empire, temples played a pivotal economic role beyond their religious significance. They acted as centers of land grants, managing vast tracts of agricultural land donated by kings and nobles. Temples facilitated economic activities by employing artisans, craftsmen, and laborers, thus boosting local economies. They also served as storage centers for grains and wealth, contributing to the redistribution of resources. Additionally, temples promoted trade and commerce by attracting pilgrims and merchants, creating a vibrant economy around temple towns. Their economic influence helped sustain the empire's prosperity and stability during its peak.
Rural intermediaries in Sultanate.
During the Delhi Sultanate, rural intermediaries played a key role in the administration and collection of revenue from agricultural lands. These intermediaries included officials like Khuts, Makadams, and Chaudhuries, who were responsible for managing villages and ensuring that taxes were collected and delivered to the central authorities. They acted as a link between the local peasantry and the state, facilitating the state's control over rural areas. Although they were crucial for governance, they often exploited the peasants by charging excessive taxes, which led to discontent among the rural population during the Sultanate period.
Printing press in medieval India.
The printing press arrived in India during the late 16th century, brought by Portuguese missionaries in Goa around 1556. Initially, it was used for printing religious texts in Portuguese and Latin. However, the use of the printing press remained limited during the medieval period. It was primarily introduced to serve the European community and did not immediately have a widespread impact on Indian society. Over time, the printing press played a crucial role in disseminating knowledge and literature in local languages, but its influence became more pronounced in the later centuries, especially during the colonial period.
Rudrama Devi.
Rudrama Devi was one of the few female rulers in Indian history, reigning during the 13th century. She belonged to the Kakatiya dynasty of the Deccan region and ruled from 1263 to 1289 CE. After the death of her father, Ganpati Deva, she ascended the throne and took the male title of Rudradeva to assert her authority. Despite facing opposition from nobles and external threats, she proved to be a strong and capable ruler. Rudrama Devi is known for her military prowess, administrative skills, and efforts to strengthen the Kakatiya kingdom, particularly its capital Warangal.
Caliphate and Delhi Sultanate.
The Caliphate was a religious and political institution that represented the authority of the Muslim world, and many rulers of the Delhi Sultanate sought legitimacy by acknowledging the authority of the Caliph. The sultans of Delhi often adopted the title of Amir al-Mu'minin, Commander of the Faithful, and minted coins in the name of the Caliph to affirm their allegiance. This connection to the Caliphate, especially during the early years, was important for the Delhi sultans to establish their rule as part of the wider Islamic world and to gain acceptance from their Muslim subjects.